Everybody, to today's edition of Notre Dame Daily. And you probably saw last night that there was massive news coming from the college football world as it pertains to the 12-team college football playoff. Now, the number of teams, at least heading into next season, is not going to change. They're going to stay at 12. But the seeding plan for the CFP bracket did undergo a significant change. And it's one that undoubtedly impacts Notre Dame, and I think one that benefits Notre Dame. Now, the change is this. Instead of awarding the top 4 seeds to the highest major conference champs, the model is now going to shift. And what that means is it's going to implement a straight seed model. So if the season ends after the conference championships are played, we have our winners, we have our losers, we have our top 5, 10, 15 teams that are all in the mix for the CFP. If you are ranked 1, 2, 3, and 4, that is how you are going to be seated in the bracket. It's not going based on a conference championship. Why is that significant? Why does it pertain to Notre Dame? Well, as an independent and a partial ACC member, Notre Dame, at least for football, partial ACC member, Notre Dame doesn't play a conference championship. Last year, they weren't eligible for a bye because of that reason. Now, they don't have to worry about it. And this is a change that's going to take effect this fall. So that's major news for Notre Dame, who's very much going to be in the conversation for one of those top 4 spots if everything continues to play out the way it has with wins and losses lately. Now, just for perspective, had this been in place last season, Penn State and Texas would have earned first-round byes because they both won their respective conference titles. Boise State and Arizona State, who also did the same in their conference games, would not have received the byes because they would not have been in the top 4, while Penn State and Texas in the AP rankings and the college football rankings would have been in the top 4. So it's a significant change and one that brings good news for Notre Dame because now you've got more on the line. Instead of just getting into the bracket and making hay, and we know Notre Dame can make the run like they did last year, now you've got a chance to play for not just a home game like we saw last year, but a potential bye into the next round. That's huge news, and it was a good day of news for Notre Dame. Sticking with football, we continue to track all of the progress being made on the recruiting trail and staying active in the 26 class. Toledo Catholic star Preston Frizzell receives an offer from Notre Dame this week. 6'2", 200, 6'4", 200, I should say. So perhaps a bit smaller from the tight end position. But this is another offer at a position that Notre Dame wants to create depth and stability within, and offering Frizzell, who comes off a season in which he caught 39 balls, almost 800 yards, 10 scores. This is a big one that you're throwing out there. You're putting the reel back in the water and hoping you're able to land a big fish. It's all about depth. It's all about productivity. NIL's nice, more on that momentarily, ironically enough. But you still have to be able to recruit to build a purposeful, competitive, respective roster, and that's what Notre Dame continues to do on its recruiting trail for the 26 class and the 27 class, which we talked a little bit about yesterday. Now, there's always going to be competition, and when you look at the sheet for this 3-star recruit coming out of Toledo, Frizzell's got some massive offers: Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky, Miami, Duke, Cincinnati, Pitt, Auburn's in there, Iowa, Wisconsin, and a slew of others. So it's never easy going out to get someone who's highly coveted. So there is going to be competition. But as always, it is something we will continue to monitor right here at FanArch and Notre Dame Daily. Speaking of NIL, name, image, likeness, everybody, including myself, has their opinions on it. We can go ad nauseum about that topic. But Notre Dame is rolling out its new NIL collective, and it's going to be called Rally. And what that means for Notre Dame, led by its athletic director, Pete Bavacqua, Notre Dame's initiative plans to create purposeful opportunities, pretty much, for athletes both on and off the playing fields. And the significant thing with Rally is it's going to sort of encapsulate how to get prospective student athletes connected with businesses affiliated with Notre Dame, alums, current students, current athletes, coaches, or anyone that has a toe in the water that is related to Notre Dame, the university, or the athletic department. They want to create connectivity here. And that's what the goal is. It's all about connecting student athletes who are interested in attending the university with different ideas, ideologies, businesses, fans of different sports, and all those additional outlets that have influence, and get them all intertwined and interconnected. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a good time for it, especially when you consider that many programs have released their different roadmaps and plans for these types of initiatives. Now, this Rally ND Collective will be run by 1983 alum Jack Shields. He's going to be leading the board of directors, but former Notre Dame basketball star and captain Jordan Cornette, along with current ESPN personality Hannah Storm, are going to serve in lockstep on the board alongside Shields. So there's a good plan in place. There's a good team heading the charge as Notre Dame rolls out this very interesting and unique NIL collective. And we got off the golf train for a little bit because the NCAA regionals came to a close, but now the NCAA championships are getting underway out in California. And while the men's team as a group did not qualify out of the Tallahassee regional, their star player did. And we've talked a lot about Jacob Modeleski, the way he continues to play. He finished the regional as the top individual who did not advance via qualifying team. So he's out at Omni La Costa Resort and Spa, a beautiful place in Carlsbad, California, for these championships, and he's going to get his individual play underway. From that regional in Tallahassee, which Notre Dame was a part of, the teams that qualified joining Modeleski out there: Florida State, Ole Miss, New Mexico, Augusta, and Georgia. So Notre Dame as a team failed to qualify, as I mentioned last week, but Jacob Modeleski there as an individual competitor. So it will be certainly interesting to see how he does out there, and I will keep you abreast on everything that is going on with the NCAA Golf Championships, which begin May 23rd and run through May 28th out there in Carlsbad. As always, I hope you have a great day. You know how to subscribe by now. Hit the button on your screen right here, Notre Dame Daily, and across all Fan Arch platforms. I will talk to everybody tomorrow, and as always, go Irish.